It was February 5th, 2025. Universal Pictures posted on their YouTube channel Jurassic World Rebirth official trailer. And I was mixed. Okay, I never thought I'd make a video like this again, as back in the day I used to be a dinosaur toy reviewer, so I guess history repeats itself. Listen, as some of you know, I'm a big dinosaur nerd, and specifically for this video, a Jurassic Park fan. I love those first 3 movies, yes, even that one, and the first Jurassic World was a guilty pleasure. The other ones weren't that great, but think of the Jurassic World franchise as a bad boyfriend. They whip you, hurt you, kick you, throw you into a river, but you just can't help but crawl back to them. Hey, I love this franchise so much, I bought almost all of the toys. Yes, I am a 16-year-old man-child still begging their own mother to get them a toy at Walmart. I eat, sleep, drink, and breathe dinosaurs. Hey, at the time of writing the script, I bought a fucking Stegosaurus toy. Here it is, by the way. My main point is I love dinosaurs and I always will. So, where was I? Alright, so when this trailer first came out, I was like, oh cool, another Jurassic World movie, and then I kept scrolling. But it got deeper. As it got closer to the release date to this movie and final exams were kicking my ass, I called up my friends and asked them to join me on this movie called Jurassic World Rebirth.
Look at our big handsome boy. Big smile. Oh, I feel like a proud dad right now. Like a big
Hello?
proud mama.
Hi.
Do you want to do you want to watch Jurassic World Rebirth with me?
Hit me harder. Hit me from the back.
Please pick up. I need. Are you recording this, by the way? Hello?
Who the f is this?
Can you watch Jurassic World Rebirth with me?
Fuck off.
Hello? Hello?
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, do you want to watch Jurassic World Rebirth with me?
What is that?
It's a movie with, it's, you know, like the Jurassic Park movies, it's like that, but it's like 2025 is the 7th movie in the franchise. You want to watch it with me?
If you call the damn number one more time, I'm gonna call the police on you. Don't fucking call this number again.
Why?
Hello?
Hi, do you want to watch Jurassic World Rebirth with me? It's like the 7th Jurassic World movie.
No.
Why?
No.
What? You just hung up on me. After that, I asked and played with my own mother to purchase my friend and I's tickets, and, well, she did, by the way. I love you, Mom. Mwah, thank you. And a few days later, we all met up, and... Alright, I have some things to say. Before I talk about this movie, a funny story, I called up Caden, aka Mr. Sodium, which is probably known for, and he responded, and he like 2 days before like the movie, he said okay, sure. And when we arrived at the movie, we literally sat there and waited for him for like at least an hour or 30 minutes or so, and he did not like show up whatsoever. Even though we talked about this, but then later my friend Silly, you should just go subscribe to him. He edits my videos, but not this one. He told me that he's on vacation, so I don't even know why he told me that he's like I don't know, but there's something you should know. There you go. All right. Now, wait. Before you say anything, why is your camera lit? Why do you look like that? Why are you showing your face? Why do you look tired? And why is it dark outside? Why is it dark in general? It's nighttime. It's midnight right now, the time of recording this. I literally got back from a 4th of July party. It's 4th of July at the time of recording this. Well, no, not even. It's midnight, so it's July 5th. And I also got out of the shower, so that's probably why I look like that. And my camera is shitty because it's dark, I guess. I don't know. So, what do I, Ouija, Tristan, whatever you call me, think of Jurassic World Rebirth? And I'm gonna keep this first part non-spoiler, or like spoiler-free, because I know the whole point of a review is to know if you want to watch it or not, or if it's worth your time. I'm just gonna say, okay? I'm gonna say, if you haven't seen a Jurassic Park or World movie, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it, but me personally, as a Jurassic Park fan, I was very disappointed. Now, I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be like, I hate this, I hate that. I really love this franchise, and I really want to like it. Trust me, I really wanted to like it. I lied to myself into the mirror. I'm not even joking. After I showered, after the movie, I literally stared at myself in the mirror, telling myself that it's going to be alright, and the movie was fine, but I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. Anyway, I'm sorry about the stories. I'm just gonna get to the review. So the beginning was very slow, and then it picked up, and then it crashed down. I'll be more specific near the end because I'm gonna tell you the whole thing and blah 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 blah. But my short review is that I mean it's an okay movie. It was just like it was just that. I mean, so if you like people talking, you're gonna get a lot of that in the first part, that's for sure. But if you came here for dinosaurs, you're gonna be bored in the first part, and then when the dinosaurs hit, it's gonna hit. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. One of the positives was the dinosaurs looked amazing. I hated the D-Rex. I thought it was a stupid dinosaur. It turned out to be one of the bestest parts of the film. I love the D-Rex. The Spinosaurus I thought was, I thought it was gonna be the best part of the movie. It was not. I mean, the D-Rex carried, honestly, but the Spinosaurus were still good. They were awesome. The Mosasaurus was also awesome. The T-Rex was awesome. Everything was awesome. I love the dinosaurs. They were amazing. They were amazing, which is the whole point of watching the movie, I feel. And that like really makes me happy that the Jurassic World franchise is like making dinosaurs cool again, because in Dominion it was really sad because it just focused, it made the bugs, it made a grasshopper more threatening than a Giganotosaurus. A Giganotosaurus. Like that was crazy in my opinion. But anyway, so overall my review is I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. And if I could rate it, I would say Jurassic Park is on top as always. I mean, it should be. It's a classic. And then I'll have Jurassic Park 3. I mean, you can crucify me for that. I love that movie. I personally I rewatch it like all the time. I love that movie to death. And then I'll say The Lost World, and then Jurassic World, and then you know what? I'm just gonna say it now. Dominion. I like Dominion. That's probably not a good opinion, but I love Dominion. I mean, I didn't love it. It was definitely better than the others, but I liked what they did with it for the most part. And then Rebirth is of course next, and then Fallen Kingdom. I just didn't like it. I just didn't like that movie. But when I first came out of the movie, it was on top of Dominion because I still had that salty musk that blew into my mouth. I know what I said. I just felt I still have that taste in my mouth after Dominion. I was still butthurt, but that's why I was on top. And also it had a lot of species in there, which I'll get to that later, for the spoilers, of course. But now I realize that Dominion was more entertaining because I remember liking that movie and it flew by like really fast. And Rebirth felt like it was forever. I kept checking my watch. That's how that's like how long it was. But anyway, yeah, that's my review of Rebirth. So now to the spoilers. The spoilers. All right. The spoiler review. So I'm just gonna explain the story, and as I go, I'm just gonna explain my overall thoughts. Cause I have this memorized. I literally like took notes in my brain while this played. So in the start of the movie, there was this guy. He has a Snickers bar, and he goes into the lab, which is okay. We knew he was gonna die. I mean, we all know that Jurassic Park is like one to like not like fat people for some reason, or people who eat a lot. I don't know why that's their thing, but okay. And as the guy ate, the Snickers wrapper just flies off. Just flies into a vent. And it's very Final Destination. And I kept hearing that. I'm not the only one who thought of that. But because it was very Final Destination like. It just shut down because of the Snickers wrapper. And which is weird, because I don't know, I feel like they would think of something better. But they could have just had the T-Rex break out. Anyway, besides the point. The guy goes in, and then the Snickers wrapper caused the whole scene, and then they had to close the door, but the guy got stuck, and then we have this whole sequence where the D-Rex grabs the guy and eats him. Which is awesome, okay? That scene was awesome. That was a strong beginning, okay? Also, during the movie, my friends and I, well, my friend next to me, we kept just calling the D-Rex the D-Rex. I know, I'm a grown-ass man, 16, still making D jokes, I know. But anyway, after that, it goes to these guys, the scientists. I honestly don't even know the names. I think it's Zora, and then the other guy. He's like, I'm gonna call him Alan Grant Jr. because that's basically what he is. They were in a museum, I think, and then like they're like just talking about like getting DNA and stuff. And this rich guy's like, I'll give you money, and they're like, okay, cool. So they go, and okay, I'm gonna get to the first cool species that made me go, oh, this is great. I don't know why that like impressed me so much, because every Jurassic movie has one of those, but like I don't know why. I think I'm just a glazer for that, I guess. But they had a Dunkleosteus, like that's awesome, okay? And they had Megalodon jaws. That was awesome. That proves that like, you know, they exist. That's cool, and that's cool in the Jurassic Park lore. But yeah, but after that, they go to the island, and they're on their way into the island. They show a boat. They're on a boat, like a high-tech boat. And as they're sailing off, they're talking still. We're like, keep in mind, like a 30 minutes or an hour into the movie, I believe. And then it cuts to these parents, right? These parents, they're talking, right? And they're overall like just, you know, experiencing, like, I don't know, they're just like out in the middle of the ocean for some reason. Now, I know they explain this in the movie, but why would a dad bring their kids, especially that little girl, in the middle of the ocean there's no like boats around? Even though he says there were boats around, but I don't even know why. I mean, you can call me stupid in the comments for not paying attention, because I just wanted to see dinosaurs, but I just don't understand that. I just didn't understand why he would do that, because he clearly cares about the kids, and I just don't know. I just don't know what he's on. Anyway, so going through the movie, they then experience a Mosasaurus attack, and the Mosasaurus flips the boat, which is awesome, because that's awesome. But I don't even know why he did that, as the Mosasaurus could easily just chomp the boat and kill everyone. Oh, I forgot. There's this character who is the boyfriend of the daughter. I didn't mind him at first, but then he started to really piss me off. And I don't know why it pissed me off that much, but I literally looked over to my friends and I said, I literally said, I remember, I told him that I wanted him dead, and I think that he was gonna die. Spoiler alert, he didn't, which had so many perfect opportunities. It literally teased us. I'm not gonna explain that now because we're in the middle of this, but you know. But I'll get to that. So as that happened, they're like, oh my god, that was traumatizing, all that, and most stores didn't even eat them. I mean, the little kid pointed over at some Spinosaurus like sails, like the sails and stuff, and they're like, dolphins. It's not a fucking dolphin, but not whatever. Anyway, so as that happened, the Spinosaurus didn't do anything. I think they were just distracting them. I don't even know how they would know that, because they clearly know they don't know that's a boat. So I don't know why would they do that? So that doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. Anyway, back to the boat. They pick them up and they team up. Surprise, surprise. Like, how convenient. And my friends even said that was like so convenient. But we say that a lot of times during that movie. It was one of those, wow, how convenient, you know? I'll get to it more and more because it happens a lot. So while that happens, they then go to like the island, right? And no, wait, they're on their way to the island. And as they pick them up, the Mosasaurus finds them and they attack them. Kinda. I mean, it jumps over and stuff, and they shoot it, and that's cool. And the technology is stupid because it's a gun that you shoot, and then it hits them, and then once it gets all the DNA, it shoots out. I don't know how they did that. It's 2050, not 2000 and fucking 30,000. I don't even think we're gonna have that technology. It even has a parachute in it. I don't even know how you'd fit that. Anyway. That's stupid technology. It's stupid. I mean, yeah, but whatever. As they get the DNA, they're like, cool. The Mosasaurus goes away, which is okay, and then it just comes back. And I don't know why it just comes back now. I mean, they should have just attacked them as soon as it shot it, because that's what an actual animal would do. But that's what happened. And well, you know, they get attacked. A bunch of Spinosauruses came. That was awesome. I love that scene. Spinosaurus, you know, that's my favorite dinosaur. It got some crazy kills. Like, they killed off some characters. You know, there's a like a mercenary or whatever, the guy, or the one of the guys. I mean, he was not that important, but like I was really shocked that like they had a lot of kills. And when they arrived, there was this girl. And I thought she was gonna be one of the ones who lived, because honestly, you know, she seemed like one of the characters who would fight off like another dinosaur or so, or she'd have more screen time. But no, she gets pulled off and killed. And I'm like, whoa, they're actually like killing, you know, people. And I applaud them for that. You know what? That's cool. That's cool. It's cool for, you know, killing people I didn't expect. I mean, we do know they're not gonna kill kids. They're not like that anymore. But which I kind of wish would happen, because you know, I mean, kind of cool. You know, a little bit. You know, we need some shock value in these movies. Keep in mind that Jurassic Park is a horror novel, I think. But anyway, they get to the island, and oh, I forgot to mention that there's like this like rich villain guy, which every movie has that. Jurassic Park movie has that, and you can probably guess we're like, oh wow, there he is. He's gonna be the one who gets eaten at the end, which he does, but he tries to kill the girl for some reason, because she wants to go home, even though he could probably just take her there and then just take her home and then just sail off, or she could just, or he could just leave her alone. I mean, honestly, I don't think killing a person is I mean, you could just tell her what you're doing. I think she'll understand. Like, she's going to college. I think she'll, like, yeah, I think she'll understand. Like, this is my job. You have to say this is a job that they're gonna have to do, and she'll agree. I mean, in my opinion, I mean, she'll probably not agree, because, you know, judging by her emotions at the moment, she was probably pissed, but it's part of their job. But they arrive on the island, right? Oh wait, no, I forgot, I gotta continue. He got so mad he kicks her off the boat. Said, come back for her, and she gets mad. Of course she would get mad. I mean, I'll get mad too. I get pissed. And then there's a whole thing between them that they're like pissed at each other. You know, it's stupid. Again, it's like another Macy thing. I don't know. They always keep bringing back the younglings. But whatever. Anyway, so they then like go back or whatever, right? They go back. Yeah, they go to the island, right? And then they like go through all this stuff, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. It's basically just an adventure, and then there's just like the boyfriend talks, and then with the dad, because the dad's like, well, why are you like this, blah blah blah, and like they like have this like bonding moment, and like we could have had this great moment where they like come together and they like get on good terms and they can date my daughter. That'd be great. You know, showing that that daddy cares, and they like, wow, you respect me after everything I've done, and I'm sorry, and then he'll do better. But no, he says I have to piss. And I'm not even joking, he literally says, I have to piss, and he walks off into the forest. And I thought that's when he's gonna die, but no. So, as he gets to the forest, he unzips and pulls out his Willy. And then Willy takes a little whiz, a little whiz. And there's a velociraptor in the back. And that was awesome. And that's the only time I get to see the velociraptors, because there was two. And as he was pissing, he didn't even react because he could probably hear that there's something behind him. But then suddenly, in front of him, I don't know, I would panic too if I saw something fly towards me while I'm, taking a piss. It was one of those hybrids, which I think looked awesome. It reminded me of the one of those toys back in the day, like the Chaos Effect toys with the Velociraptor. Wait, no, not the Velociraptor. It was an Ankylosaurus and it looked like this. I'm gonna put it on screen. Anyway, but it looked awesome because it was a flying Velociraptor. That was awesome. But anyway, it attacked a Velociraptor and then just flew away. That was awesome. And then that's all it did. And we never see a Velociraptor ever again, which is so weird because I guess it's supposed to show like, oh man, this is a threat. But that's kind of dumb because wouldn't the Megalodon go after the guy? Because it looks, I feel like he would go after the guy because it's closer to him. And it doesn't seem much of a threat. But, okay. So, at that moment, I was overall sitting in the theater doing a Golden Freddy pose after whatever. And then, literally that was it of that scene. That was it. And then we move on. We get to see cool things. There's a cool like salamander thing. There's like a snake. Now that was awesome. A prehistoric snake and salamander. That was awesome. I thought it was a Diplodocus, but no, it was probably an Ichthyo something. I'll put it on the screen. Of course I'll put these animals on screen so people don't think I'm fucking insane. But I low-key kind of forget some of the parts, but I remember there was a cool scene where a T-Rex emerges, and it was a very good scene. It put me at suspense. I was off the seat. I was off my seat. It was a really good scene, even though the T-Rex didn't kill anyone, which realistically it could have just killed someone. And as it happened, I was like, this scene is awesome, And then like the T-Rex just starts to slow down for some reason when the boat is like when like they're about to get away. I feel like it would start picking up the pace because it needs food. But it's cool, I like that scene. Me personally, I love that scene. And then that was the last time we see the T-Rex, which I was like, oh, okay, cool. So after that scene, blah 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 blah. We see the D-Rex again. And it was like dark and stuff. And D-Rex, I can be real, had some cool scenes. It was cool. The D-Rex had some cool scenes. It literally tore down a helicopter and played with it. It literally ate a helicopter. That was an awesome review. That was awesome. And the D-Rex ate a helicopter. It pulled it down. I'll tell you how good the scene was. There was a helicopter flying in the distance. They were gonna be saved, and then there was fog from something. I forgot, probably a flare. And then as the flare, not the flare, the fog from the flare, fades away, it then shows the D-Rex just munching on the helicopter, and it literally throws on the ground. That was awesome. I was awesome. That was badass. That was some Godzilla kaiju shit. And afterwards, the rich guy goes on the little car thing, and it zooms off and shit. It was a badass, And the D-Rex stops it. It crushes the car, kinda. It crushes the top of the car, and as it like gets crushed, it like gently grabs the man, looks at him dead in the eyes, and eats him. And it was a gruesome scene. You don't get to see much because it's in the dark, but keep in mind it's a PG-13 movie. But I wasn't even shocked that they showed blood because there was a severed arm. It tore its head, like top part off, and his hand, like you literally like see like the suitcase he was holding full of the DNA fall with his hand like still like holding onto it, and I was like, damn, I was pretty good. I think it was reference to Ray Arnold getting his arm ripped, like falling on like Ellie's alley. I think that's my reference. That's like my take on the reference because there's a lot of references to the movie. That was the last like climax of the movie. But there was some good scenes before it. I honestly forgot about them. There was the Titanosaurus scene, which was obviously a play on the first like Jurassic, the Brachiosaurus scene, because they were like whoa, and like he touches him and he like starts to cry. It was emotional, and then like and it like pans out to all the dinosaurs, and I'm like, that's cute, that's wholesome, you know, that's very cute. Even though it's another nostalgia bait thing, but honestly, I love nostalgia bait. I'm just gonna say that I love nostalgia bait. It makes me point at the screen every time it happens, and all my friends get pissed off because I'm really fucking loud. Anyway, I'm like, I was just like ready. I was about to apologize to my friends even like after all that, but it still was going. Another good scene was with the Quetzalcoatlus, and they were like, they go into this like cave thing. They find a nest. It was some very like Indiana Jones, and they grab the egg and they take all the DNA out, and then the Quetz starts pecking at the guys. And honestly, I was just hoping they would like at least get some type of wound from that, because like there's no way you could be able to dodge that, especially the nerd. But like honestly, since he didn't expect that and it came from behind, I thought like, you know, he would at least lose something. And that he did. He dropped his DNA thing, which I don't know how it broke because it's made out of glass, but okay. But this scene was honestly really good, because after that we see this dude who doesn't speak English. He climbs, right? He climbs on the rope up because they were helping him get out of the situation. Because honestly, I don't think I would love to be in that situation either. The Quetz was crawling upward, chasing them, right? And it was snapping at them like a bird would. And when it snapped, it was really climactic because I thought I was gonna live because they were almost ready to pull him out. And as they did, it was very comedic too. They pulled out the Quetz, and it was eating him, like literally like mid-eating him, because you can see that his leg or like his body was like still tied, you know. Ignore my hand gesture, that's not what I meant. But they were, you know, they had like you can see like it was wrapped around his body, and like as they pulled him out, it was like still in the gullet of the Quetz as it swallowed him whole. And he was still alive too. He was moving his limbs, and that was so gruesome because he's still alive after, because he's not like dying from that. He's just getting eaten alive. And his legs were moving as he swallowed them whole. I'm like, Jesus, this is crazy. And that was awesome. We need more stuff like that, you know, more gore, more gruesomeness, more, because this is a dinosaur movie. This is carnage. We want carnage in my Jurassic movies. You know, I love that. Anyway, I think, yes, that's all the scenes. And now let's get to the ending. Now the ending was literally Duncan. My friends love Duncan, and hey, I love Duncan too. He's a good character, but I just don't understand how he would survive that. The D-Rex was about to kill him, about to grab him and rip him in half and shit. And he pulled up the flare and he walked back, and then the flare like just gone out. I'm like, well, Duncan's fucking dead, because it hinted at a lot. He literally looked at like his like kid portrait, like it's like his own kid. And everyone in the theater, me, my friends and I included, we thought, yeah, he's going to die. And we thought he did. And all my friends were sad, and I was sad too, because I like that character. Duncan's the GOAT. But afterwards, he comes out of nowhere. And I was like, how? The D-Rex literally, like, it's huge. It would see him. But apparently his vision's based off light, so I guess he turned off the flare, but I don't know how you turn off flares. I guess he, like, went underwater, so I don't know. I mean, the D-Rex clearly, like, it's clearly smart enough to know he's in the water, so you can probably just grab him. Whatever. They grab, anyway, he crawls out, and that was it. They go on the boat, and they sail off. That was the end of the movie. I'm not even joking. I cried. Now, I know what you're saying. Weegie, Tristan, why are you crying? It's a dinosaur movie. You're crying like a little bitch. And yeah, I was crying. I waited not even 3 years, a decade for a good Jurassic World movie. Call me a loser for that voice crack. I do not care. You would be crying too if the thing you've been waiting for sucks. And that ending was so like disappointing. Cause usually at the end of the movies we get like a 1-on-1 fight or a 3-on-1, whatever. You get a whole pack against one big one out. We were thinking all the Spinosaurs versus the D-Rex, or a T-Rex versus the D-Rex, or heck, even a Spinosaurus and a T-Rex versus a D-Rex. Or the Moonodon in there. Why not? It could have gone crazy. The carnage would have been crazy. Many people would have died. That would have been awesome. But no, none of that happened. Which, well, whatever. That was the ending, I guess. So that means I have to wait another 3 years for another Jurassic movie. Hopefully there would maybe be a good ending, or maybe they'll just stop entirely. And if this is the last movie of the franchise, I'm really disappointed, because that ending sucks. That really sucks bad. Now I know nobody's saying, can we have happy endings? Yeah, we can have tons of happy endings. Happy endings happen all the time in Jurassic franchises. They have plot armor, all that happens. But at least we could have known that a fight happened. No fights happened whatsoever in this movie, except for the Moonodon Velociraptor scene, but that was not even a fight. The Velociraptors didn't even pick up a fight. They just accepted their fate, even though I would know that they would fight back. They were the same size. They would, of course, fight back. Anyway, so after the movie, my friends asked me, how do you like it? I'm like, it's great. And then as soon as I got out, out of theater, and my friends get dropped off, picked up, I went over to my mom's car, because she was picking me up, and I slumped down like this. I literally slumped down my chair like this, and she's like, how did you like it? And I put my dirty paws on my face, and I started crying. I didn't like shed tears because I don't even know how to cry. I have to be real. I'm a soulless piece of shit. But as I was just wanting to cry, I wanted to cry really bad. It made me emotional for no reason. And my mom was like, "Why are you crying?" And I'm like, I waited 3 years for a good movie. And honestly, I mean, yeah, I was a little over dramatic. But I mean, yeah. So that was my experience with the movie, and that was the movie. So I don't know what else to say. I've never done a movie review, but 6 out of 10. That's not bad. The ending brought it down a lot because I was hoping for a cool fight scene because the T-Rex looked awesome. I wanted to see it fight down another dinosaur, or at least fight and kill another dinosaur. That'd been awesome. It literally could have grabbed like a Velociraptor or something and ate it, and that would have been awesome. I would have gave it would boost up to a 7 or 8. But I was hoping for a cool action scene at the end. I just felt disappointing with the ending was a little disappointing and a little bit underwhelming. But overall, I had a fun time. I was with my friends, and it was just all I could have asked for. I made it a little bit better. I even apologized to my friends, and they said it's okay. I mean, me personally, I would have fucking cut things off. I would have cut things off for myself even after pulling me into this, because I have to be real. I don't think they even saw one Jurassic World movie, except for the friend beside me. He watches movies all the time. So What I recommend, I mean, honestly, of course I would recommend to a Jurassic Park fan. There's a references, and it's another Jurassic World movie. I mean, I honestly saw this movie because I'm a Jurassic Park. I love this franchise to my heart, for all my heart, not to my heart. I don't know what saying this. I love this. I have a blanket like right beside me. I have a blanket. I wrap myself in it every night. Like if it had Jurassic World on it, I'd buy it. I like Jurassic World more than SpongeBob. I love him. I like that. I stand by it too. So that was my honest review. It's 1:23 a.m. I want to go to bed. I'm tired and I have to edit this. Anyway, that was my review. I've gotten some of my friends to do their own review. So take it away, random person. I'm forced.
I really enjoyed the movie Jurassic World Rebirth. I liked the story and I liked the dinosaurs. I thought that the ending was really good, very wholesome, very sweet. One of my only complaints would really be that they should have said the characters' names a couple more times because I didn't really catch them and I didn't really know the characters' names till the end. And like, I don't even know the bad guy's name, I don't even know the chick with the blonde hair's name. And I don't really know any of the people in the family's names, except for Isabella and Xavier, so I don't know, I think they could have done that better. But overall, I thought it was great. I thought that the, like, shots were good, the lighting was really great, and also I noticed there was a lot of really good framing, so I liked the movie.
I liked the movie. It was a little slow moving at first, and we only get to see, like, the first dinosaur during, like, half of the movie. And I really liked the scene where, like, the Henry character got to touch a dinosaur and he started crying. I thought that was really wholesome. And then I liked the T-Rex scene and the ending. It was good.
Oh no, I didn't fucking watch it.
I didn't watch the movie. I didn't watch the movie. I didn't watch the movie.
I didn't watch it yet, but I will soon.
Jurassic World Rebirth. Well, it was a movie. And now I'm gonna say my thoughts on it. Overall, as someone who's never seen another Jurassic movie at all, with no bias whatsoever, the movie's not great. I wouldn't say it was bad, but not the greatest piece of media ever written. And anyways, that was everything good I had to say about the movie. Let's move on to the bad stuff. First and foremost, the plot it's weak. It's nothing crazy. Just like, don't every single one of these Jurassic Park movies have the same plot? Go to an island or something, and then there's dinosaurs. Ooh. Like, I get it's hard to think of a new plot or something different after 7 different movies over, I don't know, decades. Just, I don't know how you butcher it so hard. No one cares if you use basically the same plot. That's what they're here for. It might not do as well, but it'll do better than whatever this is. Or at least I enjoy watching the movie, you know, which is the whole point of watching movies, I guess, besides money. There's a lot of that, too. I'm gonna move on to the next point now. So, okay, overall the movie feels weirdly paced, maybe even a little bit rushed. Especially considering the fact that we've never seen any of these characters before, according to my sources, like I said. But, okay, yeah. Okay, Zora, your mom died. Okay, Duncan, you're divorced, or something. I kind of forget, I don't know. I'm not studying up for a review. But, yeah, what's the point of mentioning this if you're never gonna touch on this ever again? Like, seriously, they just bring it up, and then it's never touched on again. Maybe once or twice, but it doesn't add anything to the movie. It doesn't add anything to the character. Yeah, it's just a really bad, like... It's just a really bad attempt at trying to add dynamics to this character, trying to make them not so flat and static. But... It just doesn't, because they never bring it up again. And then, like, also, it's just never touched on again. I don't know what else to say. It just doesn't add anything to the character or the story. Or at least it's a really bad attempt at trying to do so. Like, In fact, the movie's acting feels pretty rushed in general. I don't know how to describe it, but if you've watched the movie, I think you'll get what I mean. Then there's the family, which overall is honestly a pretty fun little side plot, but I don't know. It doesn't really add too much. It's kind of just filler. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're on screen in the movie more than the actual main characters, which is... It just kind of feels stupid. Honestly, if the whole movie was about the plot of some, like, unknowing family wandering, getting stranded on this island full of dinosaurs, that would have been awesome! I mean, obviously, I haven't seen any other Jurassic movies. I wouldn't know if that plot's been used already or not. But, I don't know. I'd be a good movie to see that with these characters. It's interesting, fun dynamic. Better than pros going to an island and being like, oh, totally. That's why they're not on screen, because they know exactly what they're doing. They don't have to be on screen. It just... Brother... Okay. Oh, okay, enough with, I guess, broad stuff. I don't know. I want to talk about some specific things now, though. Okay, so there's a little sequence in the beginning. I don't know. It's a little backstory on the island they go on, I guess. And I guess it foreshadows the D-Rex, but like, it's kind of useless. I get they probably spent a fortune for the Snickers mention, but like, yeah, it's kind of just filler. It's kind of just adding to the movie. The movie would be completely fine without that. It's not really adding much to it besides like, oh, when you come back to the lab later, it's like, oh my god, it's the lab. I guess, I don't know. We don't really get to see it besides the few scenes that we actually also see later. I don't know. The beginning's just kind of bland, I suppose. Okay, back on the family though. I specifically want to talk about Xavier. Even though he's just like the unlikable comics relief side character, he's ironically probably one of the best written characters in this movie, which is incredible to me. It's awesome. Like, oh, I don't even. Like, just in general, he's the most dynamic. he actually goes through a character arc, unlike every other character here. He learns to be a little bit less lazy, even though he admits he is. He learns how to be a leader. He learns how to stand up for, I guess, his girlfriend, it's about himself. He proves himself to his girlfriend's dad, and maybe even himself, because he admits himself he doesn't know why he has her. And he doesn't know why she wants him, and it's just actually incredible that you can have probably the most intentionally untouched character just for comic relief to be the best written character in this entire movie. How do you even do that? I'm all for it though. I'm all for that, quite honestly. Xavier learns how to be this leader, help with the family. He gains everybody's trust, more so the dad now, kinda. And maybe even himself? I don't know, but like, even though it's very vague, and obviously it's not greatly written, because it wasn't meant to be, it's just a comic relief side character. It's still better than every other character in this movie, which is incredible. How do you even do that? You don't when you're writing. Dude, this movie actually just might... Maybe this movie isn't bad, we're just looking at it the wrong way. Maybe it's a piece of art. Nah. Okay, so I'm about to hit the 3-minute mark now, so I might need to hurry things up. So let's talk about the consensus. The ending of this movie sucks. None of the characters none of the supposed main cast receive any of the money they were promised at the beginning. They risk their lives for the money, and then they just throw it away so the entire world can have this vaccine. That's not why any of you went on this trip, though. Okay, I get the scientist guy was like, we should share a tour, because he's a nice guy, he's a cool guy. But Zoa doesn't really have a good reason to agree with us at all. Like, I get, he's like, oh, we should give it to them, when they're like, I don't know, where was even the first time? It was just like when they got one of the first samples. And then he says it again at the end. Twice. He only ever tells her like twice. There's no reason she should actually really have done that, nor have she really want to do that. She got convinced over 2 conversations, maybe 3 if you count the last one. I don't know, it's just, again, that's just not great, incredibly well written. It could have been better. But that's not the biggest complaint. The biggest complaint about the ending is like, the family, what happened to the family? The last thing we see in the movie is literally them riding out on this tiny little motorboat with the family and the people going to the island or whatever. The scientists, I don't know. And we can just assume they go home, but what if they don't? What happens to them? How do they recover from this experience? What happens to their mother? Because they did mention like, oh, Mother's never gonna let us go out again with you after this. I want to know what happens. Don't just end it there. I wouldn't have minded if they had like a little bit of a crummy epilogue. Even if it's bad, it was at least would be something. But they didn't. They're just like, give them the medicine to the world, and then the credits start on it. It's such an unsatisfying and just... Oh, this ending infuriates me, man. I can't. It's not like they're even gonna bring these characters ever. Okay, maybe the new cast, because they're the new cast, they will come back next movie or whatever. They're not gonna bring back this family. If they do, then they're just scraping for money, and that's just... Yeah, I'm just saying that wouldn't be a great move on your part if you did that. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got. I have no conclusion because this movie doesn't deserve it.